All right, Shalom. Let's start off first by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Kahallah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and greetings and salutations to you brothers that do this work in sincerity and in truth. All right, I got a quick lesson, and I'm entitled it, The Sealed Book has been opened in the last days, or something to that effect. And basically, I have a few scriptures here that I want to bring out because um, sometimes it seems like Jake don't understand that these are the last days. You know, these are the last days. I don't know what some of you Jakes are waiting on to take place. But these are the last days. I don't know what other signs you need. And I believe maybe if I can remember it, I'll try to pull that other scripture I'm thinking of. But I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. And this is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. It says, "And that, knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed." I mean, this you're going to hear this scripture over and over and over in these last days, because now, in a lot of the last days scriptures, you're going to hear this. Because if you don't understand that the seal of this Bible is now open, starting back in the 70s, and still prophecies being fulfilled and coming to pass, and manifestations of the Spirit, opening up brothers' understanding, the apostles breaking things down within the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. These things are coming to pass in these last days. And if you can't see that that's what's going on in these last days, then it's not for you. There's no light in you, and you're just lost. So reading it again, it says, "And that, knowing the time." Well, how do you know the time? Because of the prophecies. You can know the time by the prophecies. There's plenty of prophecies coming to pass that you can look at and be like, oh, okay, these are the last days. Right? So I'm going to keep reading. It says, "And that, knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. The night is far spent, the day is at hand." The night is almost over. It's like, if the sun rises at 6 a.m., it's like 5:45. We ain't got much more time left. It's 5:45 right now, because the way that these prophecies and are coming to pass, and the way things is unraveling and unfolding, I mean, the chip is already here. You can see the beginnings of a famine. You can see the beginnings of the economic collapse. You can see America circling the drain. You can see the EU breaking up. All these things that's in the scripture and prophecy are coming to pass. That's how you know that these are those days. It said, "The night is far spent and the day is at hand. Therefore, let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and put on the armor of light." So all the bullshit you got in your life, all that dark worldly mentality, you got to get rid of that. All your worldly actions, you got to get rid of that. All your things you do that are of carnality, you got to get rid of that and put on the armor of light, which is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of these scriptures. And in truth and in spirit, you got to start doing those things, following the commandments to the best of your ability. Studying, reading, praying, fasting. These things are going to be more and more evident for you in these days, that you have to do these things to have the knowledge and wisdom that will keep you stable in these last days. So next scripture I'm going to go to is, I'm going to go to Luke. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to Luke 21 and, Luke 21:6, it says, "As for these things which ye beheld, the days will come in the which there shall be there should be left one stone upon another, and that not shall be thrown down." And they asked him, so the most Yahweh Shai, I believe that would have been in red letter. And Yahushua telling his disciples that, hey, this going to be, the world going to get turned upside down. Everything you think is a stone is going to get torn up. And we're going to hit the reset button on this world. And then I'm going to establish righteousness with on the planet Earth and in the galaxy. Verse 7 said, and they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? You know? He said, "What? How will we know this is the last days, and how will we know that that this is the how will we know when the end is here?" Because the disciples and the apostles they saw it in those days. They saw that back when who you inwardly call Jesus Christ, his real name is Yahweh Shai, was upon the earth over 2,000 years ago. They saw those days then, but those days were not to come to pass then. They're for these times. You know, and I'm gonna keep reading. It says, but when ye, verse 9, it says, but when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, aka World War III, different things going on in the Middle East, commotions, Black Lives Matter, race riots and race wars, and all these things, class wars, all this stuff is about to come to pass, and most of it's already starting now. Like the cops shooting down Jake with this Black Lives Matter, and Jake trying to shoot cops, ambushing and whatever. That's a war. From I mean, outside of the false flag stuff, they're shooting back and forth, killing each other. That's a war. It says, in commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass. But the end is not by and by. These things must happen, but that's not the end. Just because you see these things, I ain't coming right then. That's just the beginning. I'm going to have the world roll out the red carpet for my son. When your house comes, the Most High is going to have the world roll out the red carpet for him. So there'll be no question that these are those last days, that this is when a godly power is coming back to the earth. It says verse 10, then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. It's not Russia and America going heads right now. It's not Iran and America and China and North Korea and Israel and all of those picking sides right about now. It was funny, didn't Great Britain with the BRICS, the Brexit thing, aren't they trying to the Brexit thing, aren't they trying to get up out the EU? Aren't other countries starting to look around like they want to get out the EU? Yeah, they want to get out because they don't want to take place with the side that they're guaranteed to be allegiant to. It says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. I mean, if you don't know that there's earthquakes all over the planet right now, then I don't know what you're looking at. I know the news don't show it, but if you just click Google earthquakes in the last 24 hours, the last week or whatever, last month, you'll see they're all over the planet in places that you don't even know. It's not like they're all in Southern California or all in the Middle East or China or Japan. They're all over the world. It says, and famines. Venezuela is a famine. It's such a famine, they're running down into Colombia right now trying to find food. They're doing a mass exodus trying to get to where the next place for food is at, because they was reduced to eating dogs, cats, pigeons, and whatever else. We're waiting on cannibalism, because that's coming too. And pestilences, Zika and whatever else. These are pestilences going on in the earth. And fearful sights and great signs shall be from the heaven. All these different blood moons and eclipses that came in the past year or so. These things are signs that who you really call Jesus Christ is coming back. And Yahweh Shai is coming back to the planet. They're rolling out the red carpet for him. Chariot sightings everywhere. Great clouds that you like, oh, that is a perfect cloud shaped in like as a disc, or like a so-called UFO. You know? Yeah, let me see. So we want to go to another scripture, because in these times the seals have been opened. And so I'm going to read this one right here in Isaiah, because previous to the 70s and even previous to recent years, like '07, the book was sealed. You know, it was sealed unto certain men before after the 70s, and a few men it was opened unto, but all the way out into to 2007 or so, when the Spirit got onto the apostles to put this word on YouTube, start posting videos on YouTube, that's when the seal was open. That's how we know that there's an importance for the unicorn, because of how much fruit then came in from the unicorn. Without all the traveling across the world, jet setting and whatever else, we didn't have to do that. Apostles just simply start posting on YouTube, and brothers start waking up back in '07. Now the script I got is I don't want to read all that, so for interest of time, I'll read verse 10. It says, Isaiah 29:10, it says, "For the Lord Yahweh has poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and has closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, has he covered." He covered the people that's supposed to be able to see the prophecy, that's supposed to be able to break this Bible down. He covered their eyes that because he didn't want this word to get out yet, because the end was not time. It wasn't time for that yet. But now that it is the time, he's starting to unlock those seals and open up these mysteries and reveal the mysteries, and the prophecies are beginning to speak. Verse 11, it says, "The vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed." That's why the 2/3 can't get this, and the other nations can't get it. The other nations can't get it because they're not Israel, and salvation is not even open unto them. But the 2/3 can't get it because the book to them is sealed. Now, if I go up, it says here, verse 9, it says, "Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry." That's the men that can get the seal is open unto. It says, "They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink." Because the philosophies of the world are so ingrained in them, and the Most High has poured out the spirit of deep sleep upon them, that they can't. The book is completely sealed, no matter how plain. Look, World War III. Look, missiles. Look, the RFID chip. You can't get it. Look, the prophets are on the street wearing garments like the ancient times with the big placard signs and everything, but they can't get it because the book is sealed unto them. It says, back in verse 11, it says, "And the vision is become," Salak, "and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed." The Most High sealed away the understanding of this book, but now in these last days, he's opening up the seals, "which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, Read this, I pray thee." And so he's somebody that has a general understanding of the milk of these scriptures, that come across it and it strikes a chord within them, and they feel their spirit makes sense now on the planet, that they have a what's the word I'm looking for? A purpose upon the planet, which is to study, to get this knowledge, to pray. They have a healthy fear of the Most High God, that they want salvation, because they understand they can see things ain't right in the world, and then as they see these events taking place, they know that these are the last days. That's who you deliver this book to, to one that is learned, that's trying to seek the Most High, and has a zeal for the Most High, but not according to knowledge, that has a humble spirit and a healthy fear for the Most High Yahweh, pursuant to Proverbs, the 1st chapter. It says, "Read this, I pray thee," and he saith, "I cannot, for it is sealed." And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, "Read this, I pray thee," and he saith, I am not learned. And that's what most of the 2/3 say. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Yeah, you're not. It's because you're not meant to get it. The Most High would have opened it up unto you if it was for you to get. But in these last days, he's going to start pouring his spirit out upon the planet, whether in wrath for the unrighteous, or in love for the elect. This is Revelation chapter 5 verse 1. Let me zoom it in a little bit more. Revelation chapter 5 verse 1 says, "And he saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals." That's when the understanding was not able to be opened because it was sealed. The understanding was not given. The Spirit hadn't reached unto all the people. It says, "And a strong angel proclaimed with a loud voice, Who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof?" Because previous to the early 70s, no one could deal with this book. No one, or the late 60s, no one could open this book. No one could understand. Things wasn't being broken down. It was just being read verbatim, theology and whatever else. The Roman Catholicism and spin-offs of that, so to speak. Verse 3, it said, "And no man in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon." Because no one had the understanding of this book at any time. It was sealed. In verse 5 it said, "And one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David." Those are descriptions of Yahweh Shai, who's come from the tribe of Judah and came out of the root of David, from the seed of David, right? "Hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof." The reason that this is the last time that this is going on, because he had the understandings already in that time, and some of the men had the understanding. But when the seals were put upon the book, he had to come back through the Spirit and reveal it to you. Because Yahweh Shai was the spirit of prophecy. That's what I had that scripture for. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go there now. Yeah, let's go to Revelation chapter 19. Yeah, let's get it there right quick. Because the book of Yahweh Shai, man, this book is about prophecy, and Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. This is Revelation 19 and 10. It says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am a fellow servant, the angel was saying. It says, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. He said that unto John the Revelator. It says, worship the Most High Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So these prophecies is how the Spirit has come on and opened up the seals of this book. That's how the seals were opened, by the prophecies that are coming to pass through the Spirit. Because Yahweh, like it said in chapter 5, the seals were able to be opened. The book was able to be opened by the Lamb, the Lion of Judah, and the of the root out of David, which was Yahweh Shai. So Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. And that's what the book is about. The testimony of Yahweh Shai is the book. You know? So it says, next scripture I want is, got that one. Is one of the prophecies, and I'm going to go here right quick, is this. A major prophecy that then came to pass. Come on. A major prophecy that then came to pass is this right here. I just typed in RFID microchip technology, and look, right here. In the hand, they got the microchip right there. They got the RFID chip. They got this one in the hand. They got this one. They got the grain of rice one. They got somebody actually putting it in somebody's hand. You know, they're showing you that this is real. You know, this is the technology in these other microchips, but they're showing you the injections right here. This is directly going in a picture of them putting it human implanted RFID chips. That's a prophecy coming to pass in Revelation, the 13th chapter, which I'm going to right now. It says 13 verse 16. It said, and he calls it all. And he describes the all, small, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. That's everybody. Some people are great, some people are small, some people are rich, some people are poor, some people are free, some people are bond. That encompasses everybody on the face of the planet right there. To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save that he have the mark, the implanted chip in their hand. Now when you go to that word mark, let me see, I'm gonna go to it right there. Just for the understanding of it. Mark. It's charagma. Strong's G5480. Charagma is the breakdown of the Greek word there. It says stamp, an imprinted mark. It says the mark of It says of the mark stamped on the forehead or in the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist. The mark branded upon horses, thing carved, sculpture, graven work, and idolatrous image. Right? When you come down here, where is it at? Looking for the word in particular. Stamp. The word is right. Let me see where it's at. Charagma, same as scratch or etching. When you etch something, it's like a tattoo, or you put it inside the skin. You scratch it inside the skin. That's an etching. A stamp, a badge of servitude, or sculpture figure, statue, graven mark. Yeah, it's been a while since I broke this one down. It says, of the mark stamped on the forehead, on the right hand of the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. Banded upon a thing carved. Yeah. Maybe it's in the other verse. Anyways, going back, it's also, no, it's still, yeah. The word I want is stigmata. Yeah, the word I want is stigmata. That's why. Anyway, it says, and put a mark in their right hand of the forehead. 17. It says, that no man might buy or save, except save he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Is it in this one? It should still be charagma. Yeah, it's still charagma. Yeah. It says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. I think this is where stigma's at right here. Yeah, I think this is the incision where it says right here. This is a stigma. See, stigma. It says respectively. 6. Psychi stigma. Yeah, keep it. Is it over there? Root words. Let's see. You gotta go deep with this thing, man. A lot of other camps don't like doing that. Yeah, man. It means incision, man. Basically, they gonna implant this in your hand. But that, like the picture showed, that's what it is, man. It clearly says that. That sounds like what the devil would do. You know, that's what the devil would do, to have complete control. Because if you walk, how is it that he has so much control? If you walk outside the store carrying something that has a barcode on it, because that mark of the beast RFID chip has a barcode on it. If you walk outside the scanners with that, it goes off and they can track somebody leaving out the store, or if it's a purchase of it, they can track it. The same thing. That simple technology that he's been doing. So that shows you that these are the last days. We're in the book of Revelation talking about that. And like I showed you back over here, that's exactly what they're showing here. That's here. Look at these incisions into the skin. It's not just your right hand. Look, he's actually scanning it right there. Michael Trumans, Dutch News. Look, the lady's scanning it right there. He's scanning it over there. This is real. These are the last days. So if you have doubt that these are the last days, it ain't for you. So I'm gonna wrap it up. So with that, we say call all Yahweh Shimon Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and greetings and salutations to you brothers' work in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.